wondering whether you could tell us about about mindfulness, your experience of doing the course, how it helps you, and yes.
Okay, so we did mindfulness last year for the first time, and I'd never heard anything about it, or I was a bit not sure what the word is, but I didn't really believe it was going to work. I was a bit doubtful that it was going to do anything. And the first class that we did, straight after it, I was like, okay, I can't wait to do the rest of these now. And every time it got like an extra one, I was kind of not looking forward to finishing because it helped so much. And I thought I wasn't sure if it was going to keep helping me, but I haven't forgot about it. It was over a year ago now, and I still use it every day for different parts of each one every day.
Yeah, and we also taught our maths teacher about the 7-11 breathing technique, because our class wasn't exactly the best, and they were all loopy and crazy, and they'd always be jumping around and throwing things, and you could see every lesson the teacher was getting more and more annoyed and more upset. And
we really respected, didn't we?
Yeah,
our teacher,
yeah,
maths teacher, because we'd once being in the last year, we've had quite a few different maths teachers. Like, they switched like all the time because no teachers wanted to teach our class, because our classmates were so disruptive, and it was really difficult to learn, not just to teach but to learn as well. So we realised that she was such a good teacher, and we had such potential in learning something finally. So we showed her this 7-11 breathing technique, and it worked straight away, like the first time, and you could just see her calm down in herself and think, finally, like, you know, I can finally get along with teaching it. And she did, and we did learn. That's when we first started to really learn. And
yeah, but the boys in our class, like, when we said, oh miss, maybe you should try the 7-11 breathing technique, all the boys were like, oh my god, that's so lame, and like, that's not going to work. And we were like, no, seriously, it does.
You just have to give it a chance, don't you?
Yeah, but I think it only works if you believe it'll work.
Yeah, you do have
definitely.
To, really, you have to give it a chance.
Yeah, but we taught her the 7-11 breathing technique, and she really got into it straight away. And we found then that all of our lessons were more calmed and stuff, because at the start of the lesson, for the first few minutes, she would do the 7-11 breathing technique. And so everyone was calm then for the whole lesson.
And it was like when we had a double, wasn't it? That's when it usually got the worst, because after one lesson, everyone would just lose any like motivation to carry on. And especially me and Jodie, we really we wanted to move up a set and move on to doing higher tier, and we really wanted to get like, you know, as much learn as we could in the time we had. So when we had double, we'd have it in like we had like a 5-minute break to do it again, and it'd calm everyone down again and start fresh. And it was like starting a new lesson. It was just.
So you'd have a 5-minute break, and then you'd do the 7-11 again.
Yeah.
To focus everybody again.
Yeah.
And people did do it, didn't they? After the first few times, people were doing it just because it was like a routine now. People would do it, and it did calm everyone. It changed like the worst like members of our class into just as good as the rest of us, and it was really nice to see that they could learn as well, because we know that we all really needed to do it. Some people just don't have like as much motivation as we did to get something done about it.
And because the teacher learnt about the 7-11 breathing technique as well, and we all got a chance to learn, and me and Queenie did actually move up a set, and we are now
just
doing
a few
better.
Weeks after starting that. Yeah.
So there's
a real result. Really good result.
That's what me and Queenie wanted from it. But we didn't want it just for ourselves. We wanted it for the teacher and the other pupils as well.
Yeah.
But we couldn't have got what we wanted without them learning it.
There was no moving forward with that class. It wasn't going to happen. So many teachers had tried, and they just hadn't worked. And by the time we'd learned that, we'd already gone through a few teachers, hadn't we? And it wasn't really us. I won't say that, but it was quite sad to see that happening, because we weren't ever getting a chance to settle down with a teacher. And we finally had a chance. We thought, well, we'll do this.
Yeah. But before mindfulness, I was exactly the same as the rest of the class. I think we both were really. Yeah. We were both quite gobby, and didn't see the point in doing maths.
We wanted to get good marks. We weren't like, you know, actually prepared to put in the work. It's just silly now thinking about it,
and we didn't really respect the other people in our class or the teacher. But since doing mindfulness, everything changed, and we realised they are people too. You know, they have feelings.
Pulls you down to the ground and just makes you think, right, it's got to happen. It gives you so much, like, confidence in yourself, and
and it makes you appreciate everything a lot more.
Yeah, definitely.